Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ahdurin region. I'm your host, Ahdurin himself, though you might recognize that this is a different place. Things are different here. This is the Ahdurin Channel. It is very different. You may know me from the Ahdurin Region channel, as I mentioned previously, where we play through games in a much more casual style, old school YouTube, that every other day type of multi stage playthroughs for Pokemon games primarily. This channel, though, things are going to get a little longer, a little more in depth, a little more epic, or at least that's the goal. You're going to see a variety of different types of videos that originally played a role on the Ahdurin Region channel, but changed a little bit. We're making them more polished, we're making a little bit more effort, and we're actually putting them out as opposed to putting them at random time periods. That is what the Ahdurin channel is for. Hi, welcome. So, what type of videos can you expect on this channel, and why is this the case? Let's talk about the second question first. You may know, if you know me on YouTube, from the Ahdurin Region channel, which, as I mentioned before, is kind of geared towards an old school style YouTube. It's very much supposed to be a video diary, in a way, of me playing through a game, typically for the first time, and going through it step by step. However, a lot of the subscribers that subscribe to that channel subscribed because they found the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon content interesting, especially the various different challenge runs that I did in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, especially the first couple of generations. Those type of videos, though, didn't always seem to fit with the casual, low-key diary style that the channel was dedicated towards, and so after a little bit of thought, I've decided let's make a separate channel for that, which is this. Welcome. Hello. On this channel, hopefully, the audience that's interested in those higher caliber challenges and structured videos, because there's not just going to be challenges, there are other things as well on this channel, but the structured, dedicated videos about a game and how I went through the game, those are going to be here. If you're interested in more of a casual style, I recommend checking out the Ahdurin Region channel, which is available in the description. You may have found that channel already and are coming here because I've mentioned it on that channel to come here. So in that case, you're already subscribed. Plus, let's talk about the videos on this channel. So the first things first, videos are going to come out on the 3rd of every month, kind of, sort of. 3 times a month, on the 3rd, the 13th, and the 23rd, videos are going to come out on this channel. So it's every 10 days, except at the end of the month when it's 11 days. I hope you will allow me to have that extra day on occasion. Februaries are weird. We'll deal with that when we get there. But the types of videos that you'll find here will fall under a few different categories. The ideas that I have right now, I've got a large document full of these ideas, and they break out into a number of different sections. But effectively, at least the game plan right now, is to have one of 3 types of videos. The first are documentary-style Pokemon journeys. You might have seen on the Ahdurin Region channel me starting something called Recreating My First Adventure, something along those lines, where I was quite literally going through older Pokemon games and trying to, as best as I could recall, recreate that first journey. There's something special about your first ever Pokemon journey, whether it's the first time ever playing a Pokemon game, the first time in that specific game. There's something special about that team, that style, and that structure, because it's something you can't quite get back. You can't ever do a first run of Pokemon X, for example, after doing Pokemon X. So this is a way of trying to recreate that in a documentary style, trying to show off where and when and how I went through those various journeys. Think of it as like a deep dive into the nostalgia, the triumphs and the potentially bad decisions of a new trainer. And I want to do this in sort of a documentary style. So that'll be one type of video you could find on this channel. Those are going to be few and far between, though, because eventually, of course, we will run out of Pokemon games. At some point, I'll catch up. So, a lot of this channel is going to be dedicated to those challenges. As of now, they kind of break up into 2 different sections. I have other ideas that we might see down the line, but for now, you'll see one of 2 different types of challenges. The first are pack runs. The concept is pretty simple. It's probably not new. Maybe the style that I do it is new, but at the very least, the idea is pretty straightforward. I take a single sealed pack of Pokemon cards from insert set here, open it up, and then use only the things in that pack of cards, manipulating things depending on supporters and items and stuff like that. But that single pack of card has to try and beat the entire Pokemon game. That means every card matters, and the good cards are not necessarily good for the challenge. This is where true adaptability, luck, a little bit of chaos, game planning will come into play. Depending on the type of pack, we'll do it in specific games, so we'll be bouncing around from generation to generation and video game to video game. The third type of video that you'll find are the challenge runs. Now, this is where we go truly unique and potentially truly ridiculous ideas. These aren't just going to be in-game challenges. I'm talking about ideas that are going to push me, both inside and outside of the game. Concepts that force me to think differently, adapt differently, and make these videos differently. The first one that I have in mind, I'm already dreading, but I think it'll be a really, really fun idea. Maybe it's out already, who knows, depending on when you're watching this. Expect the unexpected, because my hope is that these challenges are both interesting and ridiculous enough that nobody would want to attempt them. And that right there is the role, the niche that I feel like I could fit perfectly. Now, that's just the beginning. There are a bunch more ideas that I've got brewing for this channel that I can't wait to share with you as we grow. Some of them are great, some of them are not great, but I'm going to try them anyway. Some of them I think are great and probably aren't. Who knows? Now, again, like I mentioned previously, it's very easy to know when a video is going to go up. It's going up on all days that end with a 3, so that means the 3rd, the 13th, and the 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern US time, so obviously translate that. The idea is, have the number 3 be important, but obviously time zones exist, so that doesn't always work. For the people on the East Coast of the US, though, this is a great motif I'm doing here. There's one more thing, though, and you're about to see that right here. At the end of every single video on this channel, regardless of what the video type is, we're going to be doing the Pokemon pack opening. In fact, it's on the screen right now. Now, this isn't just for fun, although this definitely will be. These pack openings have a greater purpose as the channel continues forward, building towards something interesting. The cards here are going to be very, very important down the line, but you'll have to keep watching to see what exactly these end-of-video pack openings mean and what purpose they actually serve. So, if you're ready for ridiculous challenges, nostalgic journeys, a lot more structured videos, you're in the right place. Be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell, like, comment, do all those things you ought to do when supporting a YouTube channel because you don't want to miss a single moment of this adventure. Get ready, because it's time to dive on in. Oh look, the counter's already rising.